we get to the conclusion of The Boyfriend, we find out that Gretchen is really Daisy. She's been following Tom throughout his childhood, since high school, all the way up to the present when he's an adult. Tom and Sydney was outside arguing, and they ran into Gretchen and Randy and Tom had this like standoff, and it was as if Tom saw a ghost, like he knew something was going on because he was kind of frozen in fright. And Randy, trying to step in and be the hero he actually stepped to Tom like, yo, listen, she don't want to talk right now. And they kind of had this little riff, and he was like, Sydney, can I please talk to you? She was like, nah, Tom, it's over with, like I'm done talking. So as they go upstairs, Gretchen and Randy invite Sydney over, which Sydney obliges because she doesn't have anything to do. She just basically broke up with her boyfriend outside. She don't have anything to do. So as Gretchen and Randy and Sydney are chilling in the apartment, Randy decides to go ahead and pop the question of asking Gretchen to marry. Gretchen kindly obliges, says yes. They have a little makeout session, which kind of sends Sydney into a frantic because she's like, I just broke up with my boyfriend and my best friend is getting married. I literally have nothing left to offer. It's like I'm the lone wolf in all of this. So she goes to the bathroom to kind of gather herself together, use the bathroom, when all of a sudden the plumbing has a little situation. She goes into the bath. She's in the bathroom. She checks the toilet to see a bag of hair strapped along. She checks the toilet, and when she checks the toilet, because it wouldn't flush properly, she goes in there and she sees a bag with different hair ties in it, and she's like, wait a minute, what's going on? Why is there dead girl's hair inside of the bag? She immediately goes to Randy and talks about how she knew Randy was the killer from the beginning, and Gretchen had an alibi, but what about Randy? As she's coming out, she's trying to figure out a way to leave the apartment and try to get help so she can get Jake involved and get Randy in custody, when all of a sudden Tom appears banging on the door. She's like, what's going on? Why are you at my door, Tom? Gretchen says. When all of a sudden Sydney starts to feel dizzy, and she looks at Randy, and Randy is damn near completely knocked out, when Tom says, Daisy, you better not have done nothing. And Sydney's like, what? Who's Daisy? We finally realize that Daisy was Gretchen, or Gretchen was Daisy. When she lets Tom in, Tom starts to explain and have a little monologue with Daisy. When Sydney is still baffled and befuddled about what's going on, Daisy is starting to reveal herself to Sydney. After the soliloquy that Daisy gives Sydney, her and Tom have this argument about being there for him. And he's like, well, you about to marry this guy right here. And she's like, I don't care about him. Who? This guy? And proceeds to stab Randy right through the stomach, killing him instantly. Tom and Sydney are befuddled. Next thing you know, they start confessing their love to Sydney. Next thing you know, Daisy starts to confess her love to Tom, saying that she's the only person that's ever really going to make him happy. And Tom is kind of stuck in a moment where he feels the same about Daisy, because he told Sydney that she was the only girl that he ever truly loved. As they kind of leave and make their way away from the building, she wants to kill Sydney. As they leave and she's making her way, they're making their way out of the building after Tom convinces her to leave Sydney alive. They leave and they get away from Sydney, kind of going off happily ever after. So just think about it. Sydney's being drugged after they ate a casserole and they drank some wine. Randy's on the couch dead. You have Daisy testifying her love to Tom, telling him that he's the only girl for her. And Tom kind of having a sore spot for Daisy. They kind of go together, but Tom is like, if I be with you, will you stop killing? And Daisy kind of obliges, except for the fact that she wants to kill fake Kevin. And that's the end of Freida McFadden's The Boyfriend.